Hey guys, Insight for Nerds here, the Nightwing here, talking about our possible MVP candidates. Scrolling down, going to the mid lane. You guessed it, the Dane, the man himself, Bjergsen of Team Solo Mid. Now, why do I think that he can be the possible MVP candidate for the LCS Spring 2019? Also, anybody else you think should be in the possible MVP candidates for my list? Well, I'm going to be doing, I have to do ADC and support, and then I'll be doing 5 other players, and then I'll be doing other players from other regions as well for their respective roles in their regions as well. So put those in the comment section below and tell me who you think is going to be here. Now, don't fret. I'm going to have other people in this list too, so you all get to be here one day. Now, Bjergsen has something that the other people that I have not mentioned kind of has over them. He's already won MVP. He's already shown qualities of an MVP player. Lane dominant, CS is very well. Flexible in draft, it's not really all the time there, but it can be there. And he's shown that he can immediately carry games and be the MVP player. I think when you look back at 2018, there wasn't necessarily any standout performances, but he still played to MVP quality caliber player that we've seen before. And that's really astonishing to see that a player that is on a team that was wildly inconsistent on TSM this year really show that he still has the MVP qualities that he has shown in the past before. And you look back to the Akali game he played where he literally 1v9'd. That is the Bjergsen that I was accustomed to seeing over all these years. And I think that if he comes back to his 2016 summer form where was the last time he won MVP, the third time, I think that you get a more all-around player who's just been here and knows what to do and knows how to translate leads into the mid lane as well. I think that he's going to have to come into more of a leadership role this split because you have new players on the roster like Smoothie, like Broken Blade, and I think that when he already has synergy with Grig and already has synergy with Sven already, but you factor in order to get to that MVP quality that he has shown before, I think that he'll have to inevitably work with Grig, and he's already shown some synergy with Grig already over than the other junglers that he's had before. So I think that when you look at those scopes in general, you get a factor in of a player that's already MVP quality and he just has to lead his team into a certain position that they can be. And when push comes to shove, TSM will always be put on his back, and he's made the big plays when it happens. He's very well known for Syndra. If Syndra is in the meta, count that as an insta-ban against him. I wouldn't imagine any team would just let that go. Then you factor in what does he do as a player better than the other mid laners that would necessarily make him possible MVP quality. Well, basically, if he has to be the most valuable player to your team, meaning that he can basically do things that an MVP player can do. Basically, roaming still needs to be worked on, but he can do it. He team fights very well. He leads the teams for objectives control. He can easily beat his laner. We've seen it many times. A lot of players match up against him. They don't even smash him. He's just very fine in interfacing matchups in general. We've seen a lot of the mid lane pool change in North America. So you factor in all the years that it changed around him. He was easily still top 2 mid laner in the actual splits themselves. I think that he at worst has never fallen below top 2, and it's always been a solid, amazing, outstanding mid laner for the North American scene in general. And internationally, I do have my gripes, but this is about the North American scene in general. I think that with the new additions to the mid lane of people like Crown and Phoenix, people whom he's already faced, is not really going to be anything different. You factor in if he's facing people he's already faced, then he kind of can already take that experience in other directions than other players who haven't faced these players before. I think that his only real competition this year is still going to be Power of Evil and Jensen as well. And now with the new addition of Froggen, I would like to see how he faces up against Froggen, but I think he'll do just fine. Last time Froggen was in the league, Froggen and Jensen and Bjergsen were like at least top 3 in their role, but I think Bjergsen will be one of the more possible MVP candidates, and at worst, if he does not get MVP, he will if Jensen just falters a little bit, you will most likely see him on the NA All Pro team that they do at the end of the split, where the 5 best players were the NALCS pro team. I could definitely see him on that, but MVP, he's already been MVP before, and I think that he's more than hungry to come back after their disappointing 2018 year. And you factor in their 2018 year, he was still a very outstanding player. Struggled here and there when certain team comps didn't go the certain way that the team needed, but he was still a very fine, fantastic player. So let me know who you think is going to be one of the mid lane MVP. So like I said, I'm going to do ADC and support and do 5 more players after for that, just for NA, and then after that EU, Korea, China, who I think will be their MVP, and then well, the split will probably have started by then. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Most of all, enjoy the Nightwing. Signing out. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Have a great day.